Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I have reached financial independence, and I talk about topics that help others on their pathway to financial independence. And recently, I encountered an issue at tax time that has caused me to think about an investing strategy, and I want to share that with you. This won't, I guess, be of much use to anybody who isn't using Robinhood as their account, but as their brokerage, but maybe it does. It's something to kind of be aware of. There might be some other brokerages that do this. But basically this year I got on my tax statement from the brokerage, I got some income that I didn't fully understand. And it was in the 1099 miscellaneous income. And it was this strange statement that was called substitute payments in lieu of dividends or interest. And I had no idea what that meant. And so I do try to understand my taxes very carefully because I do strategies with them. So I looked up online what that was, and it said, these are payments that short sellers make to cover dividends for the shares they have borrowed. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? I didn't allow my shares to be borrowed because Robinhood has the ability to turn on share lending, and I don't trust Robinhood all that much. I don't want my shares lent out to short sellers because who knows, maybe somebody doesn't pay back the shares that are borrowed. And I don't necessarily guarantee or believe Robinhood has their best interest of investors at heart. So, I was always skeptical about that, never turned it on, and was really surprised to get this income and what it was. And I didn't call them up. I tried to use their online support, which I got to a real agent, and he answered my question. But basically, if you have a margin account at Robinhood, then by default, you are automatically signed up for stock lending, which I didn't realize originally. And it is in their margin agreement. What you're looking for is the hypothecation area. And basically it says that once you sign up for margin, we can loan out your shares, any or all of them in part or whatever, and that may affect the taxation um, of your shares, and you agree to it. And when I was talking to the Robinhood not caller, but chat guy, he basically said, did you ever look at the Robinhood margin agreement? And I said, no, why should I? And he was like, you agree to it in there. And so I had asked Robinhood if there's any way to prevent my shares from being lent out. And basically they said no. By being a margin investor with Robinhood, you agree that we can lend out your shares. So I assume that's part of why they can give you such a good margin interest rate, which I am taking advantage of. But this tax implication is going to be very severe for me and something that I really have to think about carefully. So what happens when a dividend paying stock is lent out to a short seller? You still there still are dividend payments that the short seller has to make to you, but the process of making that payment while being borrowed changes the type of distribution that you get as a stockholder. And this is really important if you are a dividend investor and a margin interest investor, or you're loaning your shares out under any of these platforms that allow for it. While a short seller has those shares, they will make payments for the dividend back to the brokerage. So you still get your dividend payments, but it changes the nature of those payments. So instead of showing up in your account as a qualified dividend, it'll show up as, what was the term? Net proceeds, no, substitute payments in lieu of dividends or interest. And so it doesn't show up under your qualified dividend line like it used to. Now it shows up under the 1099 miscellaneous section. So what used to have a preferred tax treatment now ends up as just ordinary income, which will affect how you get taxed on them. Absolutely. And so I had several shares that were out there, and I got about $4,400 of these payments. And particularly it's worse for me because I have mass limited partnership companies that pay return of capital, which has favorable tax treatment. Basically, I don't pay any taxes on the income I receive until I've received all of my capital back again. So my pipeline companies have some really great tax structuring, and it lowers my overall income for now, and I don't pay taxes on those distributions until I sell those shares. But because Robinhood lent out some of those pipeline shares and qualified dividend paying shares to other people, then payments got made by short sellers to me, changed the nature of those payments, and now I have $4,400 of miscellaneous income that I otherwise would not have had had I not um, done this. So or had they not been loaned out. So this is really, really taking me aback. I hope this is some advice or information that may help some of you. There is no way, if you have a margin account with Robinhood, to prevent them from loaning out your shares. It's just one of the things you agree to. And any of the dividends you would have gotten normally get weird tax treatment. And it changes from uh, either qualified dividends, which have a lower tax rate, or return on capital. It changes it to this other form that shows up as ordinary income. So not good for me, but hopefully by me telling you this, it may help somebody else out there that's an investor so that they don't get hit with the same issue. Now, why does this matter? Well, if you're trying to control your MAGI income for the ACA health insurance, it's really important to watch your income level. And my return of capital normally doesn't count towards MAGI, but when it becomes a substitute payment in lieu of a dividend, then it does count for MAGI. So I've got to be really careful about this as I move forward. And I'm going to have to make some changes, I think, to my Robinhood account. And I'll let you know what I end up doing over time. So, I hope this helps some of the subscribers out there. Again, it's a really technical nuance. It's something that I came across, wasn't aware of it. That's kind of what YouTube is for, to kind of help one investor teach another investor, give some good advice out there. But again, this is a new area that I have learned about just recently that I want to share with you, and I'm trying to pass on some of my information to all of you out there. So like, subscribe. Thanks for being a subscriber. We'll see you. Bye.